Hello, we are here at Scissortail Park downtown, getting our 10,000. I think yesterday I did like 12,000 steps. 10,000 steps in, but that is about 5 miles in a day. Be amazed how much weight you can lose, stomach fat and body fat, just by walking. Some people think you just have to do, which we do exercise too, every day, and lift weights and do resistant training and things like that. But they don't realize walking does a whole lot to your stomach, and to your weight and calories and things like that.
All that good stuff.
And so we are downtown. Normally I do it indoors. I have a routine I do every day to get about at least 10,000, but most of the time I get 12,000 steps in. I think yesterday was 13,000. And what I do is I pray walking, I read my word walking, I do everything walking. And then when you walk, you have to at least, the times you do want to sit down, you need to get up at least 10 minutes every hour to keep your blood flowing and your body functioning. And at the same time is we're getting ready to start a podcast and a cooking, not a cooking show, but kind of show you how to do recipes and how to eat right and things like that. Pretty much what we're doing right now is eating lentils, beans, rice, wild rice, and quinoa. It's another kind of rice called bismatic rice, and we kind of put that in one pot and eat it all together with soy curls and sometimes tofu, and season it real well with nutrition yeast.
Yes.
And we're kind of making sure we're getting our body fit. You know, I turned 62. He turned 62 this month. And when you get our age, you lose a lot of, body mass.
Mm-hmm.
And
bone,
and you want to get some of that back, and resistance training and walking and things like that help keep it. He does heavy lifting weights. I do more resistance. We do both resistance, whatever. And we've been doing this for about a year. Not a year. I think our anniversary of working out has been about a year. And we've been on plant-based for about maybe 12 years, something like that. So we really are intentional on doing what we're supposed to do. It's the same thing as praying, you know. The same thing I'm putting in my schedule to do certain things I have a goal to reach every day. But the same thing I do in prayer. I make sure that I pray in the morning, I pray in the afternoon, and I pray in the evenings, because it's just the same as you getting your body fit. You know, you have to get your spiritual fitness too.
Because we eat 3 meals a day naturally. You know? So, yeah.
Most of us do.
Yeah. Most people, that's the...
Yeah. You do the 3 meals a day. I think we do 3, but we do ours a little different. We do like bananas in the morning, maybe some oatmeal, and then we have to eat something, put something in our mouth, because we take a lot of vitamins and vitamin D and K2 and all kind of things like that. We have B12, like I said, D3, and turmeric. So we have a whole list of vitamins we take too on top of it. The supplement things that we kind of, iron pills, we kind of nourish our body a little bit more. But we're going to talk about things like eating right and just showing that walking, just simple walking, doing 10,000 steps a day, that's really all you need. And most people think it's hard to do. It's really not. You know, you just pace yourself and do a couple in the morning. I'm on my feet all day anyway. And so, you know, you find yourself not really trying to do it. It become a habit, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, you discipline yourself for that, and it becomes a habit. And like any habit is hard to break, and that's one of the habits that you don't want to break, you know. And so it's
fitness is very
rewarding.
Yeah, fitness is very important, and most people don't watch what they eat, don't watch what they do, and then the mental capacity is jacked up, and they don't pay attention to their stress or their you know, their times of relaxation and sleep. I got to work on the sleeping part. I'm a night owl, and you know, you're supposed to at least get 6 hours sleep a night, and I have to really work on that, because all that really works into one. You know, everything kind of helps the other. And so, but we are intentional about it, and the older you get, the more you need to start young. If you're young, man, if you get a habit of starting while you're young, you have a jump start on your health.
Well, most of the time people, we have been groomed to live to eat as opposed to eat to live.
Yeah.
And when you live to eat, you just pretty much don't care. You consume any and everything, but when you are eating to live, you're a little bit more cautious of what you're putting in your body because it's going to have an effect.
Yeah.
It's going to have an effect. So
And we the last time we were on our trip, we still ate the same. We didn't go off our diet. Because our trips is not about food. I heard one lady said that most of the time when we want to fellowship or we want to go with our friends and do something, to have dinner dates or lunch dates, she said, she asked them, let's do walk dates. Why does everything
have to be centered around food?
Yeah, have to be centered around food. Why we just say, hey, meet me at 12 o'clock and meet me at dinner time so we can walk. And that way you won't mess up. And then you're getting your calories in, you're getting a good fellowship, and you're being with your friends. Because for us, it's hard to be with people to go out to eat, because most of our friends don't eat like we eat, and so we kind of miss out on that because, the restaurants that people go to, we don't go to. But when you eat like we eat and say, hey, let's go on walk dates, let's all get together and do that, then we can kind of be on the same plane. Of course, some gonna gripe, I don't feel like walking, but 10,000 steps is not hard, but you can start, very slow and work yourself up to it.
The only
Hey, Miss Donna.
The only people who this is a disadvantage for, or who it affects in a negative way, is the institution that's subscribing you medications for your problem, And so it was I don't know who it was, Dr. Bobby. Somebody said, you either pay the farm or big pharma.
Yeah.
You either be careful and get your food from places that say organic or or clean. Let's just say that, and it will keep you from having these side effects from the things that you eat, and then the medication, the side effects from that. So you're either going to pay the farm or big pharma, because they say, man, it's too expensive to eat like that and all of that.
That's not.
Well, it's really not in comparison to
the meat prices,
the meat prices and the doctor bill.
Yeah.
So that's how you have to kind of look at that.
Yeah, it's very simple. You first thing you have to have a why. And then you got to, you want to live longer. I see people in wheelchairs, and the reason why they're in wheelchairs mainly because they're big, and then it's a lot of weight on their legs. But what gets me is they eat the chicken leg, or they eating something they're not supposed to eat. When if they just lose the weight, eat right, then they can enjoy life a little better. Than well, I'm just gonna eat this. I don't. And then most times you get. I've been eating this all my life. Yeah, that's why you're in a predicament you're in, because you have been eating all your life.
Well, see, I don't want to just live long. I want to live strong.
Yeah,
I want to live healthy enough. Come on, I want to live healthy enough to enjoy the long life that I live.
Yeah, they had diagnosed me with high blood pressure, anxiety, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and it was so many things. So I had to get to the point, was I going to give in to that? And of course, they gave me some medication that was strong, with side effects. And, if it was left up to them, I'd probably be taking about 10 pills right now.
Oh, yeah, you'd be a zombie all day.
With medication they were giving me. And I had to get to the point where you have to choose, okay, what am I going to, I go to the doctor to find out exactly what I need, and we go get our labs to see what we, what vitamins we need to take, the deficiencies that we have. And there, you can listen to what they say. Of course, you can go spiritual with it. Who's important you believe, but at the same time, we got to partner with God to get our health together.
Amen.
You can't just wait for us.
A miracle to drop from heaven.
Pastor lay hands on me. I'm going to intercession for my health when you ain't doing nothing about it yourself. And that's called laziness. Yes. It's almost the topic we're going to talk about tonight, about being lazy when it comes to prayer and fasting and seeking God. Well, it's the same thing about we're just being lazy. We want to sit around eating our little chicken and our candy and our candy bars.
Take the path of least resistance.
Watch TV, don't get up. Then we got those jobs that you be sitting all day.
Mm.
And they got this thing out now. We got those desks that you can raise up and stand up desks.
Yes.
And then, we getting ready to get one too, but it's a little treadmill, walking meal.
Walking meal or something.
That goes on to get desks. So while you, that would be funny if you got up to preach and you had that desk up and you had that walking meal while you're preaching. Hey, I'm getting my steps here. Y'all excuse me.
Hey, this is faith accompanied with works. Because faith without works is dead. I'm believing God for my health, but I won't walk, I won't work out. So listen, let me preach a message and give you some spiritual
Well,
and
the
some
thing about
natural.
it, when I minister, I walk. I
both
do a
do.
lot of
We
walking.
can't be still.
Donna said they just diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis. This was for me today. I can help you with that.
Yes, bless your heart, baby.
I am living a really good life of course, if you take the test, you'll see symptoms still in my my system a little bit, and then my finger got kind of usually disfigured. When the damage is done, that can't be fixed. But rheumatoid arthritis can be fixed. I am living a normal life. I am trying my best to do everything I can to not. There are certain foods that trigger arthritis.
Yes.
And I'm not going to it. Then I joined this RA group session where they told me how to get rid of arthritis by certain foods you eat.
Yes.
And a lot of eating quinoa and beans and wild rice, and I think it's bisomatic rice, and things like lentils is one of them. And things like that, and kind of eating around that. But when we get on our cooking channel shows, we're going to start doing podcasts, and we're going to show you recipes. Well, you can have cookies, you can have cake, you can have homemade bread. We make our meats by tofu and soy curls and things like that, where if you have craving for meat, this would take the craving away. But we can't. We 60s. We don't have time to be trying. You young. Actually, arthritis is not an old thing, because I know in our group we got 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds got really bad arthritis. But when you get older, your body can't fight disease and can't fight things as much as
when you're young.
Yeah. And so a lot of things are in you when you're young, but it's just waiting for you to get older so it can just take you over.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks like people get cancer at 60 and 70. No, the cancer been there, and they've been feeding it the whole time they were young.
And your body was just strong enough, your immune system was strong enough to fight some of it off. Yeah. And then, when you go to your doctor and get, these tests and all of that, if you don't ask them to take certain tests,
we go in with a list,
they
take
won't
this,
do it, and here it is, you're paying this, and the insurance is paying this, you're paying this, and they won't do those things unless you specifically ask for it.
Like vitamin D is one of them, especially with rheumatoid arthritis. You got to take vitamin D, you have to have that up, and then your B12 has to be up.
Yes.
So we make sure they take that part. There's something else they took a lot of labs. Yeah, iron has to be up too. That's another thing. And it's just change. It's just a little bit of change in your diet. And my next appointment is somewhere in September, because they got me coming every 6 months. Actually, my doctor don't even know I'm off my medication. Yeah. I have to not lie to him, but I have to. When he says something, I just kind of grunt a little bit.
You wanted to wait to make sure.
I want to wait.
And,
so
I think this time you should tell him.
I want to wait, and so he can see that I am doing well without your medication, and I want him to, and then I see you taking vitamin D, but make sure it's D3, and then make sure you're taking it with some fat. What that fat is peanuts, almonds, or something when you take your vitamin D, so it can absorb a little better. Yeah. And if you're not on medication and you feel, you can deal with it, then you just change your diet, and then you don't even have to worry about being on medication at all.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes work on your part. It takes, what would help me out, my husband's eating with me, even though, he's not dealing with arthritis, things like that, but he still want to eat right. So we're pretty much on the same diet.
Yes.
And so we both want to be healthy, and we want to live long, be with our grandkids. We don't want to be on no
And you need that support, you know.
Pain,
yes, you
know.
need that support, you know, not the yes people around you that's saying you're okay, but the people around you that's going to challenge you to do better, you know, because there is a healthier version of all of us. And we have to be, like you said, intentional about seeking to find and get to that place to where we can, you know, that person, you know, comes alive, you know. So yeah, I mean, just like today, we're out here, you know, and yeah, this is a Saturday, you know, and for us, it's not a lazy day to where we just sit and relax. Not that we don't have days where we just, you know, lay and just do nothing and just talk and all of that.
As long as you get up every hour, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
but
every 2 hours.
Get out and enjoy life, you know, get outside those walls of the house and experience the nature that God has given us, the air that God has given us, and break the monotony, you know, of just staying indoors, you know.
The temptation to eat bad is still there.
Yeah.
A lot of times, most of the time you change your diet, your palate has changed. You know, you don't have like sugars and candy bars, stuff, that don't even tempt me because my palate has changed.
Yes.
Where I don't desire certain foods. My main thing that I crave, that I have to, you know, I do other things to silence that crave, is potato chips. Oh my God. Potato chips and bacon. That was my main thing that I did, but I don't do it. If we go by the store, something say, get that bag of potato chips. And I got to think, my arthritis, my RA, I got to think, if I do this, one little, and usually when I used to do that, and I eat about 5 chips, I'm thinking, man, I really didn't need this. I really didn't want this. And then I got that whole bag of chips that I'm wasting. Of course, you know we ain't gonna waste it. We gonna eat it. You know, we ain't gonna throw it away.
We don't want to waste that. Now we want to, you know.
You know, so some things are still, it's like being saved. Some things the devil gonna taunt you with things, you know, when you used to do this and do that, and he's gonna tempt you to sin. I mean, it's the exact same thing with food. And that's why I love ministering both of them together, because it's the same attacks. You know, but then you gotta think about your why you're saved, why you want to eat right, why this. You want to live longer. And those medications will cause you to, it'll make your life span less.
Oh yes, it does. It does.
We got a whole teaching on that too, about, you know, the documentaries that we watch, and certain medications take years off your life, and we're gonna talk about that one day. But we just want to get on help and let you know that help is here.
Yes.
I told one lady, she said, I just want a miracle, and I said, listen, I'm your miracle right now. I said, because I can't even do that story about God sent the boat and God sent the airplane, and I'm waiting on God, and God sent.
There was a flood, and you know, everybody in the community, the place had flooded, and this one guy, you know, he's you know, I believe in God, and you know that He's gonna rescue me. And a guy came by with a boat. You know, he said, no, I'm believing God's going to rescue me. And then later on, another guy came by with a helicopter, sat on the roof. Hey, come on, man. No, I'm believing God's going. And when he died, you know, and got to heaven, he said, listen, I was believing in you and trusting in you to rescue me. He said, okay, well, I sent you a boat and a helicopter. What more did you want?
You know, and we want to be lazy and want a miracle. That is your miracle. I told one lady, I'm your miracle sitting right in front of you. You know, you just, you know, you got somebody local. A lot of times when we watch people on YouTube, you got somebody local that you can touch. We have a whole community. Half my kids are on it. We have a whole community of people that's doing this, and we all we support each other with it. You know, it's not, and then we work out every day. So our whole day is full of making sure that before we lay down at night, that we're done everything to our body we need to do to our body, and making sure we put in our body. And then you talk about water. You're supposed to drink half your body weight. So me and him start with the 16-ounce water, bottled water, and then we do one at 8 o'clock. He does early, start his early, but one at 8 o'clock we drink a whole bottle of water. Then 9, 10, we do 80 ounces. Because my weight is like 160, something like that, so half my body weight. And I should be doing a little bit more because I'm working out. But we do that every single day, and we try to end our water by maybe 12 or 1 o'clock.
Because if not,
now you're going to be getting up all during the night, going to the bathroom, and you don't really want that. Because you're supposed to get 6 hours of straight sleep with no interruptions. That's part of your health too. Sleep
Yes.
less stress. You got
Yes.
stress in life. Find things that will stop you from having so much
Yes.
stress.
Yes. Yes.
I got to work on that one too.
Yeah.
That's another one.
You're a work in progress.
I'm a work in progress. Like I said, I'm not getting on like I'm 100% everything.
Or in process.
Yeah, I'm not 100% everything, but we're working on changing things around, and we're really living a really good life. We can walk. We have everything, and then the Bible talks about your health. You wish above all you prosper, be in health, even as your soul prosper. And He wants us to do what we can. We can't be lazy and think that some miracle is just going to fall. Some will. Now, guys, in His grace and mercy will help us sometime.
She said, I'm waiting on your book. and yes, we all need, help and someone to remind us of what's really important in life.
Really
and that is our life and our health. And so, we look forward to, you tuning in and becoming part of, what we're doing. Because my wife, she has a passion for helping people.
I want to help. When I see somebody overweight, I want to stop them so bad and help them, but that's probably not the right way to do it. So I'm like, oh my God, I can help her. Oh my God, I can help that person there. But this is why we go on so many trips. And if you can't go on trips like us, weekends like going to Tulsa and stay at a Home Depot and
get out of the environment.
Get out the environment. Get away from where you are and enjoy life. Go in that town. We right now saying that we went every 4 hours, we would stop at a town and enjoy that whole town that whole day. And then we thought about it. We live in Oklahoma City, Dale City area, Oklahoma City, and we don't even know about this little fun stuff we have in our own town.
We discovered some stuff, when we were out of town, about our town. That's crazy. And so, we used to come downtown and walk the canal all the time, but we haven't been down here
not in a long time.
For some years, other than going to the Silvertail Park there, but now, oh my God, we was like, what, sometimes we don't have to go anywhere. We can just enjoy, this wonderful city that we live in,
it's about
be okay.
Walking exercises, it brings out what's called endorphins. The happy endorphins in your body. And so it's a lot of things. If you're depressed, just go for a walk or find somebody to walk with you. And then having a conversation, just talking while you're walking, it makes the time go past, but it relieves stress from your body.
It does. It really does.
And so, but we're going to have fun, and we're going to start you all really slow and get recipes together now so you can enjoy eating without feeling like you're missing out on things. That's really what we feel like. And some people are just what is it? They depressed, they eat. What they call that? When you depressed and you just eat.
Something eating. I
forgot what's that called when you depressed and you just eat because you're depressed. You don't really eat because you want it. So, but we're not going to stay on here long. We decided.
You're right. I get it. Retirement will, and it has made a lot of people lazy. And this is why. This is why so many people, after they retire, they don't live very long afterwards because they stop moving. They stop having a purpose for living and all of that. But that's not your case. You're going to get up, and do those things necessary to keep your body youthful. Because you still have many, 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 many years ahead of you, and we'll just be happy to be a part of that. So
I don't know if you have a Fitbit or you have a iPhone watch where it'll monitor your steps. Just do that. I mean, monitor your steps, 10,000 a day. You might have to start out very slow. But then when you find yourself sitting down, because they had a documentary that I watched, and it says some people did all their exercise in the morning, and then they just was lazy for the rest of the day. But when you're lazy for the rest of the day, it chips off all that you've done. Yeah, and so you have to keep your body moving at all times. You gotta, if you lay down and watch a movie, pause the movie and say, you know what, let me walk around for 10 minutes.
Then sit back
you
down.
should not sit no more than 2 hours, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do that. And then when you got RA, once you stop and sit down and try to get back up, your body try to stiffen up. Then you got to kind of shake that out a little bit, And so it's a lot of things that we can help you all with. And like I said, we're still helping ourselves at the same time we're helping you.
Yes, yes.
I'm not saying we're perfect with everything, but my RA is under control.
Yes.
I can pretty much do anything. I do squats, we do workout, we do resistant weights, we do all kind of things. The main thing with RA is keeping your body moving.
Yes.
It's that information is in your body that's kind of, I call it, what I tell some people is stuff. You got to shake it up some and get it all. Because there's part of information that's good for you. The information, it goes and heal whenever there's a cut and things like that. But sometimes your body can, because of food, because of your lifestyle, you're not moving.
Yes.
Do you ever see people, when they get older, they start, my grandmother, it was my mother. My mother was in she started getting in a wheelchair because she wasn't moving that much. And then no one made her move. But then she got to the point where she couldn't even hardly walk at all because of just movement. There was nothing really wrong. It's just she was not moving.
And all that information just settled. Yeah.
Get started today. This is a perfect day to get started.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, God is an on-time God. Yeah, today was your appointment to receive a call from heaven.
Yes.
This wasn't a call from us. This was a call from heaven.
And one thing about it is not just you. If you're married, you got a husband,
need that support.
Listen, being here because I saw, one of you can do right, and the other one, you don't want to be pushing your husband around in a wheelchair.
Yes.
So I had to scare him 12 years ago into eating right. It's a documentary of this lady. This husband and wife were the same age, and she would eat right, and she would exercise, and she tried to get him to do it. And by the time he got older, she was pushing around in a wheelchair. I thought that was her father because she looked so young.
She was so vibrant.
Yeah,
yes.
And I showed him the video.
I was like,
that ain't about to happen. If
no.
I'm going to eat right, if I got to do this, you're going to do it with me because we both going to be doing it together.
The devil is a lie. That's exactly right. I said, no, that's not going to be us.
I'm eating right, then I got to take care of you. Not that I wouldn't, but no, we both going to do this.
And it's not that I was dealing with anything, but, when you get older, you don't know what will try to attack your body. And sometimes we have what they call hereditary things that, I was telling this one lady one time that, she was like, I take all of this because, this is in my family. It runs in my family. And so I asked her, I said, do your family eat like you? And she was like, well, yeah, everybody. I said, well, what's hereditary is your diet.
Yeah. Eat the same thing.
You're eating the same thing. So you're going to have the same symptoms, results, and all of that. And so, that is, listen, in my family, there are things I said, no, I don't want to deal with this. And so even though I wasn't dealing with anything, I didn't want to in the future. And then I wanted to be around for my wife, my kids, my grandkids, and be healthy, be able to go on walks with them without having them to hold me up.
She said she's just been hard-headed. You got to get now if you got the husband saying that's a whole different story. Usually it's hard to get the wife to tell the husband. See, you got that way around. But you got it good then. You have it good. You got a man that's doing it.
Yes.
That's a plus.
We touch and agree with you right now.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we love it. So we're gonna get this started because a lot of people. One thing I want you to do first is you can write this down. It's a documentary called What the Health. What the Health.
What the Health. With the.
I was like you're trying to cuss.
Not HELL. What the Health.
I believe it's on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called What the Health. It's like maybe an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. If you watch that first, that'll get you a jump start on what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And that'll get you kind of understanding. Most people, that's how we started 12 years ago when we watched that. And most people, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you see, what's her name? Tabitha Brown. That's how she started her journey. And most people started their journey just by watching that.
Yeah. And what it does, it brings you into understanding of what's going on in the world that we live in.
Yeah.
And
food is getting worse. Pesticides to, I mean, if y'all knew what's happening to the chicken and all, eggs end up with a period of a chicken. I mean,
what the hell? She said it right.
If you knew what's going on with the food and the meat, and the meat is not fresh, that's in the stores, if you knew what's going on and the hormones they put it in there and things like that, you're eating that stuff and wonder why we sick and got arthritis. We were eating the hormones and it's the little stuff they're injecting in the meat. And things like that. So when you watch What the Health, it's going to help you to understand stuff like that a little better.
Wow. Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That's good.
So we're going to get off. Okay, my next report will be a good one. Yes, it will be.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it. Yes.
I think their check is called CRP is one of them. I forgot what the other one is. E something P. And with that, detect what's arthritis is in your body.
Okay.
And not
Yeah.
my CP. I keep wanting to say CPR. My CRP is fine. It's 100% normal, but my other was kind of high. It's ES something. What it is. But if you get your labs, you know that second one. Mine, which last time I did, it showed kind of high a little bit, but my RA coach told me that as long as you're feeling good and you don't feel no pain, I'm in no pain at all. That's a plus, and the other will, eventually straighten out.
Yeah.
And we thank you too for listening to us.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna finish our 10,000.
Yeah, we got
steps.
some walking to do. It's enough area down here to do it with no problem.
You can do 10,000 steps probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If you're doing a good pace and really walking. It depends if you're short. If you got long legs, you gotta do it depends on your legs.
Well, we're at Botanical Garden now. We just came from the Lower Bricktown area, and
we got our two little dogs with us, of course. They get their 10,000 steps in. What dogs? They got 4 legs. Do they get 10,000 steps?
Man, I don't know. Maybe theirs is double because they got double legs. But they just had their water, so they're ready to go.
They having their water. Let me see if I can see it or not. Y'all can say hi.
Did you want some more, Sadie?
Well, we getting ready to get up, but it was good.
Love you guys so much.
Walking today, yep. Get up and walk, and we will be back on with recipes and things to show you what to do. And we're here to help. Amen. Love you all. Bye-bye.